All right, thank you guys. We are 6-1 in our last 7 college football tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. We're also hitting at 72% in our last 19 college football tier package picks in that very same category. We currently have over 1,015 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you find yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you want to connect with me on a daily basis, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and join the Brock Page family as well. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and start off with a banger. It's not on our big screen, but this is a really exciting game. I'm talking about Akron versus Toledo, 12 o'clock Eastern start time. Toledo's minus 28, totals 57.5. But as bad as Akron's been this season, Toledo still has a losing record at home. And even worse than that, the Rockets have gone just 1-4 against the spread in their 5 home games. The Rockets have struggled to stop the run on their home field. Meanwhile, offensively, they're 114th in fourth quarter scoring at home as well. They're taking on an Akron team who covered the number in 4 out of their last 6 ball games. The Zips are actually holding their opponents to just 212 pass yards per game. Charles Amankwa has 3 interceptions and 37 total tackles. Meanwhile, Jez Lord Boateng has 72 tackles and 1.5 sacks. And as bad as they've been offensively, the Zips are still in the top 35 in the country in fourth quarter scoring. Now, total-wise, Akron's 4-1 to the over when traveling, 5-2 to the over in their last 7 meetings with Toledo. I'm going to lean toward Akron plus 28, over 57.5. Next contest should be a good one. Not on our big screen, but it is going to be Army versus Liberty, 12 o'clock East. The Liberty Flames are minus 3.5, totals 53. Liberty's 4-1 against the spread at home, and they rank in the top 3 in the country in defensive yards per play. Story Jackson has 83 total tackles on the season, along with 6 sacks. Rashad Harding has 61 tackles and 3 sacks himself. The Flames are in the top 25 in home scoring. They're taking on an Army team who lost 2 of 3 as the official road team this year, and they rank 112th in yards per play away from home offensively. The Black Knights are 106th in first quarter road scoring. Now, total-wise, 5 out of Army's last 7 fell under the line. Meanwhile, Liberty's 7-4 to the under for the entire season themselves. I'm going to lean toward Liberty, minus 3.5, under 53. Next game, Florida State versus Florida, 12 o'clock Eastern start time. The Florida Gators are minus 2.5, totals 59. The Gators have lost 4 out of their last 5 ball games, 0-5 against the spread during that stretch. The Gators have struggled to stop the pass at home. They're also 116th in first quarter points allowed on their home field. They're taking on a Florida State squad who won 5 out of their last 7 themselves. The Noles are in the top 15 in pass defense on the road. Jamie Robinson has 3 interceptions from the secondary, 2 forced fumbles, and 66 tackles. Meanwhile, Jermaine Johnson has 10.5 sacks and a scoop and score himself. Now, total-wise, 2 out of FSU's last 4 ball games got over the number, throwing out that BC game. Meanwhile, 3 out of the Gators' last 5 got over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Florida State plus 2.5, over 59. Next contest, Georgia Tech, 12 o'clock East. The Georgia Bulldogs are minus 35, totals 54.5. The Bulldogs are giving up just 7 points per contest. They have the number 1 defense in college football. Adam Anderson has 5 sacks on the season, along with 32 tackles. Channing Tindall has 55 tackles on the year, along with 4.5 sacks as well. The Bulldogs hold their opponents to just 77 yards a game on the ground. Meanwhile, offensively, Georgia's scoring over 40 points a game. They're taking on a Georgia Tech team who lost their last 5 straight. and went just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7. This Yellow Jacket defense allows 33 points a game. They rank 114th in total yards allowed per contest. Now, total-wise, 5 out of Georgia Tech's last 8 got over the line. Meanwhile, Georgia could very well put this one over the total themselves. They're 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games. I'm going to lean toward Georgia minus 35 over 54.5. Next matchup, Houston versus Uconn, 12 o'clock Eastern start time. Houston's minus 32.5, totals 55. The Cougs are on a 10-game winning streak, and they've yet to lose a game on the road. The Cougs are in the top 5 in road scoring, top 10 in offensive yards per play away from home. Clayton Tune's thrown for over 2,700 yards, along with 22 touchdown passes. Nathaniel Dell's caught 65 balls for 965 in 9 scores. Now, defensively, these guys have been really good on the road as well. Top 10 in road rush defense, top 10 in fewest yards allowed per play away from home as well. They're taking on a 1-10 Uconn team who's scoring just 15 points a game, and they rank 127th in college football in total yards per game. Now, defensively, the Huskies allow 38 points per contest, and they rank 112th in yards allowed per game. Now, total-wise, Uconn saw their last 3 straight get over the number. Meanwhile, Houston went 4-1 to the over as the road team. I'm going to lean toward Houston minus 32.5 over 55. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 6-1 in our last 7 college football tier package picks. I like Akron plus 28 over 57.5. Liberty minus 3.5 under 53. Florida State plus 2.5 over 59. Georgia Bulldogs minus 35 over 54 and a hook. Houston minus 32.5 over 55. As far as the rest of the country goes, I like Rutgers minus 1.5 over 53. Kent State plus 1.5 over 65. Temple plus 13 under 42 and a hook. Ohio State minus 7 under 64.5. Baylor minus 14 under 51 and a hook. Wake Forest minus 5 over 64. Duke plus 21 under 67. Louisiana Tech minus 4 over 53. Charlotte plus 10 over 56. Texas State plus 2 under 62.5. Troy plus 7 over 50. UTSA minus 10 under 59.5. Appalachian State minus 24.5 under 56. Southern Miss minus 13 under 46. Wyoming Cowboys minus 10.5 under 48. New Mexico State minus 6 under 59. Auburn plus 21 over 57. Indiana Hoosiers plus 15 under 50.5. Illinois minus 6 under 44 and a hook. Oregon Ducks minus 7 under 60.5. Michigan State Spartans plus 4 over 51 and a hook. Western Kentucky plus 1.5 under 74. Vanderbilt plus 32 over 63.5. Virginia Cavaliers minus 7 under 64. Arizona State minus 20 under 53. Louisiana Raging Cajuns minus 21 under 55.5. SMU minus 6 over 62 and a hook. Wisconsin Badgers minus 7 over 39. Florida Atlantic minus 3 over 50. LSU Tigers plus 7 under 47. West Virginia minus 15 under 56. South Carolina plus 12 under 43. Kentucky Wildcats plus 3 under 57.5. Oklahoma State minus 4.5 over 49. Pitt Panthers minus 12 over 57.5. Memphis minus 6 over 58. Notre Dame minus 20.5 under 54. Nevada minus 4 under 57 and a hook. BYU minus 7 over 64.5. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 6-1 in our last 7 college football tier package picks on brockpage.com. I'm going to lean toward the Cal Golden Bears +7 over 58. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Justin Young, who said yesterday, "Great content, Brock. Let's cash." All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of November. Although I do tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.